Hey guys, this is Life with the Echoes. Welcome back to our channel.
Yes, guys, welcome. So today, hubby is in the hot seat,
oh my God,
trying to pick his brain. Today, basically, what we'll be doing, we'll be discussing tips to financial freedom and financial success. I'm going to be asking hubby to share with us some of the tips that he has used and we are using as a family. Yes, to on our road to financial freedom and
that's
financial success. All right,
freedom.
So yes, that's what I know. If that's what we want, I know there are a lot of you out there.
Yes, we all want that. We all aspire to financial freedom, and what a great moment. This is the new year.
Exactly.
So let's share together.
Yeah. So I'll be asking hubby some questions. So, so we're talking financial freedom. What would be your first tip?
My first tip would be tithing.
Okay,
giving
I like
back
that.
to God what is due to God.
Yes, I
the
like
more
that.
you sow, the more you reap. We believe in God. We are a family who believe in God, who believe in the principle that the Bible told us.
Yes.
So hey, we give back to God first. What is due to God?
Yes, guys. So so exactly as hubby said. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, tithing is the first was one of the tips, and he said that that's the first tip. So yes, definitely tithing is important. God gave us the ability to gain wealth, and so the power to gain wealth. So I mean, give him back 10%, and you keep 90. I mean, come on. So yes, definitely tithing is a great tip for our on our quest.
On our quest.
Yes.
To financial freedom.
Good.
Right.
So tip number 2.
Number 2 would be budgeting, which is simple as both as planning. Planning how to use the money that is coming in.
Right.
And if you don't plan in advance, then you're gonna be using the money for anything else that are not supposed to be for. So budgeting is very important for everybody, no matter what you do, as a business, is a student at school. You always plan.
Yes,
you always plan. Planning is key, right? So a lot of people there's a lot of formula there as to how to split the money, but I think it comes to a personal things that you decide how much you want to allocate to what. But as we aspire to financial freedom, we want to make sure that we are saving more than we are spending, right? We are not just buying things and the people who buy more, but we are the people who want to be able to lend, become a lender tomorrow,
and not a borrower.
Not a borrower. Yes, that has been my sentence.
Yes, that's what we aspire to. So so you said budgeting. So give us some practical, tell us more about budgeting.
Let's say 100% of you have $100. Talking dollar because we live in the United States. $100 you can take 50% to be all your essential things, and the other part, which is like 30%, would be saving all month or all weeks if you receive your money on a weekly basis or monthly basis. It depends. And the other 20% will go to giving, right? Giving, part of that giving can be tithing or give something, bless other people. Blessing, there's more blessing in giving to people,
right?
So that's one of the formula. But if you think you will need more money for your essential, you spend more money on something, it can be a 70 10, 20 and 10. So allocation depends on how you want to allocate your money and why you spend your money on.
So there's no fixed rule.
There is no fixed rule. The most important is to plan in advance how you want to spend the money. That way you don't get caught in the middle.
Right, whereby you spend way more than you actually have, right? And then you end up in problems. So budgeting is tip number 2.
Tip number 2.
How about tip number 3?
The 3 would be pay off all your debt.
That one is
pay
very
off.
important.
That's actually I think that's my most important one. I tend to believe that myself. I'm putting on myself now. If I owe money to people, I shouldn't be sleeping.
Right.
Yes. I shouldn't be sleeping, because if you owe money to people, they will be making money while you are sleeping and they are sleeping, and you will not be making anything. Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Pay off all your debt. If you have credit card, let's say in the US, I think basically most credit cards tend to charge, or debt or whatever you call it, tend to charge up to 19%.
Wow.
But the money you have in bank doesn't even give you an interest close to 1%. I think the average rate is around 0.43%.
Wow. Say, like if you have money in the bank.
If you have money in the bank,
wow.
Think about that. Not even 1%, but they're gonna be making close to 90% on your money.
Owe them.
If you owe them.
Wow. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
there is no gain in saving money while you owe money.
Right. So paying off debt.
Pay off your debt the
important.
fastest possible, and you will be free.
Good. Yes. Okay, so paying off debt, guys. We understand that debt is something that is something that we see all over in terms of whether it be student loans, whether it be car loans, anything.
Yes.
Especially even if you don't live in the U.S. and you're not in the whole credit card system much, whatever. If it's a loan, house, mortgage, all of these things are debt. So definitely the aim is to pay those things
off. Your debt first. Pay off your debt first.
Yeah. I am a believer in
when
that.
you are actually paying off your debt, you are saving. You are saving a lot.
How exactly?
Well, let's say that you're supposed to pay $40 on the credit card, right? And that when you actually pay off that debt, you don't spend more money trying to pay for something that you owe.
Okay.
You don't see the $40 that you save, but because you didn't give it out, it stays in your bank.
Right, and that's true. That's true.
And
then
that's
again, right, and then even with the interest, because then some of the times you pay that plus interest.
Yes, what happened generally is that in the US they will say, pay the minimum fee and then you will be okay for the month. But what happened is that
don't do that. Pay it off.
You know what? Whatever you owe plus the interest that generated is called compound interest. Not going too much in that detail. The interest that generated on whatever you owe before will be producing more interest.
Yes, that's so true. Yeah, so don't fall for this minimum payment.
The power of interest work most of the time for the banks.
Guys. So don't fall for this whole minimum payment. Pay the thing off before the next cycle or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm learning a lot about this whole credit card system because that's not what I came from.
Nothing new.
For me though, I'm a cash. I spend what I have in cash. So this credit card thing is something new for me. But I'm learning. Hubby's teaching me well. So next tip.
Next is saving. Right, saving generally come after you actually clear that whatever is holding you back, whatever is delaying
that bondage,
that is like kind of prevents you to become financial free. Right, you start saving. It's good to save, but not good to save while you owe other people in most cases, unless you don't have any interest to pay on that money, unless it's money a cousin or family member gave you in the meantime to help you out. You don't need to save while you owe people. But now, after you clear all that debt, after you clear the base and make room for yourself to freely move forward, you can start saving and saving at a very high rate. Right? Saving at a very high rate. We will move to the next level, but saving is very important. So that and
then just choosing the right type of accounts and so saving, all of this would be after you research, then you'll know what's the best
as
option.
of right now, I'm not gonna go too much in
I won't let them give us a whole finance class
in terms of what banks and all these. Most banks tend to give you the first the same interest rate. If the money you are saving actually is going to a saving account, because there is the difference between a saving and a normal checking account. If you put money to a checking account, generally it doesn't give you anything, but the saving will be giving you a certain rate. And also it depends on the type of saving too, right? If it's a long-term saving where you don't cash out, the rate is different, but we're not gonna go into that detail.
And then you have even all these credit unions and all these different other options for saving. So but saving at the end of the day, whatever you choose.
Whatever you choose, even if you decide to keep your money in your own house, under the bed, just like my grandmother used to do. I know a lot of people.
Old time days where people used to put their money, like these older folks did not trust any bank or anybody. They would put that money under their mattress.
But the idea of that point is always keep something on the side.
For emergency. Again, that's another big
there is
thing.
A lot of,
that's another big thing. Like that emergency saving. That's something that is important.
You mean emergency fund?
Yeah, emergency fund.
Just in case anything happen. That fund generally is not part of the saving.
Yeah, it's not part of the saving. Something else.
Something you have there. That's it there. No
Don't
one touch. anything can happen. Just like COVID happened recently, right? Emergency fund was what probably saved a lot of people.
Yes.
If you actually do have it.
Have it.
Yeah.
And there's a rule for emergency fund, like how
much? Emergency fund generally is like, depend of how much you actually spend overall.
You take a percentage out of that.
For the month, you save up to 3 times.
Okay.
Like at least that's the least. So that in case anything happen, you have something you can survive for 3 months while looking for alternative or way to come out of that problem.
Okay. So emergency funds. Okay, good. Another tip. What tip are we on now?
I think we were saving number 4.
Okay, so number 5. What's tip number 5?
Number 5 will be cut off all the unnecessary spending. Unnecessary spending, right? And I like to bring here when we talk about unnecessary spending, the want and need. Being able to make a difference between a want and need is very important, because I myself, I go to the store, just like maybe I did this morning to a shopping.
It's true.
And then I say, oh, I'm going to buy these, and then at the end, I find myself with more stuff than what I wanted at the beginning.
Like he left this morning for one thing, and he came back with a few things.
By the way, we're gonna come to that point. But those were free, though. Those were free. I didn't spend money on those things. We're gonna come to that. Right?
Yeah.
So what happened is that I actually shop in certain stores where they give me points on what I shop on. If I know that I'm spending a lot of money, I go to the store that will give me points, and those points will turn into money and basically
free items.
Yeah, free item. Collected enough points to buy close to $7-8 stuff for free, right? And while going through those free stuff, I tend to choose the one that will be more beneficial to us.
Right. Stuff that we use all the time.
Yes, even if we don't need it now, we may need it tomorrow or in a week, and then that's how I end up with more stuff. But that's a good point.
Right. So, but that's true. Cutting off on this, that's something that I'm working on, guys. Because I would go to a store and I say, "Oh, babes, I need this, but do I really need it? I don't think I need it. I just want it."
Yes.
And one of the things I do is to pick up things that I think I really need, and then before I go to the cashier, I go through it again and like audit my basket and say, "Okay, really? Do you really need this?" And then most of the times I take out half of the things that I had in the basket initially. And another thing though, is to even for online shopping, for example, my Amazon cart is always full because there are always things I think I need. But then for me, I'm not an impulsive buyer. I love shopping for people more than even myself. But even then, when I put things in the cart, I like to go through. My husband knows I review and over review products. Before I spend my money, I do a thorough review. So by the time I go through all of these reviews, sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't need this anymore because the time has passed.
That's a good strategy.
So that's a good thing
to actually get rid of things that you don't want. Right? By the end of the shopping, you should ask yourself, do I really need this? Right? Because we say, oh, I need this. But that might be your want you are pushing to try to get the product that you don't need at the moment.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, guys. So
and another point about cutting off, spending and stuff like that would be shopping with coupon, which I did this morning. Right. Not so much of the coupon, but those were points that I collected. Specifically, I did it strategically to be able to get those points.
Right.
But you can use coupon, a lot of coupon, look for stuff that have sales and stuff like that.
Yes.
Even if that means shop in 2 or 3 stores, you may like one specific store, but when another store is giving a coupon or a sale, hey, I would like to go and save on those things.
Yes.
Right? I generally buy chicken or whatever things. In one of the store for $10, and I went to another store, the same chicken, the same tag. They are selling it 2 for $10. I say, hey, I'd rather buy that now instead of waiting for chicken and have to spend $10 on that.
Exactly. So catch the deals, essentially.
Always look for
catch
deals.
The deals, and even if you don't need that right now, if you have the means, then you can purchase it. If it's not perishable, then if it's a non-perishable item, then you can purchase it and pack it away. So that's a good one. And as you were saying with coupons, like Retail Me Not, those places like Groupon, there are so many different apps with coupons and so on. and just being smart, finding specials and so on.
Yes, anything that can help you save money, because cutting off unnecessary spending help you actually is a way to save, right? The more money you have, you'll be like, okay, I didn't plan for this and this and this, but I have extra cash I can put on the side, or I can give to someone, or I can save more in invest in something. But we're just gonna leave it there for now.
All
Cutting
right,
off
then.
unnecessary spending.
Okay. All right. So what's the next tip then?
The next will be second stream of income.
I like that one.
I like that one. I like that. I think one of the things COVID has taught us is that no one is really safe. You can have the highest paying job, but still end up tomorrow without nothing. I mean, nothing means that without that job.
Right, that's true.
But if you save and did the proper things prior to that, you can still be okay. But then the opportunity is here to be able to make more money, to add something else to value to what we do.
Right.
And I like to say that everybody has a talent, everybody has a gift, everybody knows something else other than what you actually do.
Right.
Yeah.
So whatever is your profession, you still have other things you can do.
Whatever is your profession, you can even turn that into something else.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Whatever is your talent that you used to use as a child or whatever,
hobbies and
hobbies or internet is there, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest market now.
That's so true. Like now, you don't have to worry about a storefront of only being able to sell whatever you make, or only reach the people in your local who's close to you. But now you have the entire world at your disposal,
at your feet.
Yeah, because
you just
of
have to
the
give
internet.
yourself.
Yeah, right. So now there's no excuse really.
No excuse
for having a second stream of
income. And I think this goes to us first.
Yes.
No
excuse. I mean, there's so many options. There are digital courses online. There's YouTube. People are doing content creators, Instagram. There's so many options for second streams of income. Making stuff with your hands, as you said. So many. So you don't just have to think about having a storefront, like the actual storefront. Now you can sell online, wholesale, Amazon. There's so many options.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible. We just have to grab it. We just have to have that aspiration to be free financially. Work a little harder today while we are still young, and being able to save a lot. Not only saving, but this moves us to the next point.
Okay, which
is investing.
Yes.
The last point, investing.
Okay.
When you start saving, by the time you start saving and save as much as possible, you don't have to wait for that big bucket. Of money or a lot of money before you start saving. But
before you start investing.
Before you start investing, right? You don't have to wait for a lot of saving before you start investing. But get yourself to somewhere comfortable where whatever you will be investing will not be affecting you in other ways. Just in case anything happened, right? You just have to separate a little bit of what you have saved on the side for the long term, like the emergency fund, or a little bit of that saving, depending on what type of saving they are. And then there is something that you have to be investing.
Okay. So it's like, for example, the whole investing thing is like money that or things you have to set and forget. That's the idea with investing.
Yes.
Because you can't be investing and want to pull.
There's different type of investment, right?
Okay. So what would be some of the options in terms of investment?
There's a lot of type of investment out there. You have nowadays you have the cryptocurrency.
Yeah, that's
right?
big. Yeah.
The digital currency that you can invest in. There's a lot of them there. I don't want to promote any of them here now. But you can also invest in like bonds, government, ETF, a lot of stuff.
Those stocks and so
a lot of stock out there.
Okay, so that makes sense. Because even like the Robinhood would be another.
Yes, Robinhood is one type of app in the US in which you can use. You can use to invest. You have a lot of choice there. It's actually easier. You don't have to do the search as to which one is good, which one is not. If you know how to read graphs, basically you do well. Investment is more about how to read the graph, how to see when the market value of a certain stock will go up, or the trend is all more about trend. How during this period of time the value of these things went up or goes down, and then there is a likelihood that around that same time in another period it will still go up or down.
Right.
Yes.
And just knowing when to buy and
Yes.
all these things. Like, guys, that's like not my thing. But yeah, so he tries to teach me ever so often. But yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so right, so investment. So like crypto, all those different things are good ways. Even real estate.
Yes,
that's one that I'm passionate
investment.
about.
You can also invest in real estate just like any other stock. Real estate company have stock out there too, in which you can invest.
And then even become like a real estate person, putting money into like projects, like flipping houses.
Yeah, that's more that's another type of investment, which is not just investing in another company, but creating your own, basically. Yeah. Saving enough money, whereas you are like, okay, now I want to own property. I want to be able to invest my money, turn my money into something that will be giving me more money or generating more money.
Right. Yes. So there's so many options actually.
So many options out there. So many.
Okay. So we've come to the end.
Yes, that's the end
of our tips. Okay, guys. So to recap, thank you so much though.
No problem.
Thanks for sharing these tips. So to recap, the 7 tips that hubby and I will be implementing for, continuing, because we're already doing it.
Continue to get to that financial freedom, yes.
So the 7 tips, just to remind you guys, are first of all, tithing, giving God what is due unto him. Secondly, budgeting, budget, whether you use apps or Excel sheets or whatever you use, or a good notebook like I used to, budget. Third, pay off your debt, because from what hubby said, if you pay off your debt, then you have more, that you can do tip number 4, which is saving. So the more you pay off your debt, the more you have to save, right? Good. See, guys, I'm learning. I'm a good student.
The faster you pay off your debt, the easier it will be for you to be able to think about things
like saving and so on. See, all that guys, I'm learning. All right. Tip number 6 was to have a tip number 5 was to cut off unnecessary spending, needs, wants, and
how to find the balance.
And then tip number 6, second stream of income, whatever your hands can do, hobbies, turn whatever you can.
Turn off any talent you have.
Yes, just make that into some moolah. And the final one is investment. Yes, guys. So 7 tips to financial freedom or financial success. And that's the end of our video.
That's the end.
So, take it away.
Yes, thank you so much for sticking around. We are so grateful to have you in our house. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friend. It doesn't hurt. Share as much as you can.
It's free.
It's free. Until next time, God bless.